Hello everybody. So this is the first video of my new channel. Well, it's not new, like I'm relaunching my channel that I started back in 2019. I can't believe it's been that long. Time goes by fast. I created a channel in 2019 to talk about men's issues, men's rights, and but now like I want to expand it. I want to talk about traveling. I want to talk about lifestyle, positive mindsets, positive lifestyles. I want to talk about relationships. I want to talk about friendships. I want to talk about everyday things that we take for granted, everyday things that affect our lives. I think that it's easier and it's better to be more inclusive and to talk about a broader range of topics than just to focus on the men's issues, which is still like something very important to me, but I want to talk about other things too. So today I want to talk about how even if you have three jobs like I do, it's still hard to make it in America. And before I start this channel, I mean this video, like I don't want to sound like I'm being negative. I don't want to sound like I'm being a downer. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. It's just, I just want to make this video just to get a lot off my chest, just to talk about what I'm going through, and to see if other people can relate. So I live in Florida, which is one of the most expensive states in the union. And I love Florida. I've been here all my life. I'm 45 years old. I've been here all my life. I've only lived in one other place for 1 year. I lived in Mississippi for 1 year. And I'm a hard worker. I've always had a full-time job and a part-time job. And for the past 3 years, no, for the past 5 years, I've had a full-time job and a part-time job. I'm also a realtor. So right now I have a full-time job. I also have a part-time job. I'm also a realtor, and I also do the delivering apps, delivering services. And this is crazy. Everything is so expensive. Everything is so astronomically high that even with a full-time job and a part-time job and doing delivery services for one of the apps, I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. And this is crazy because, everybody wants to save money. You want to save money. You want to save. I also have 3 children, so you want to save money to, be a provider for your spouse, for your girlfriend, for whatever your situation is, and provide for your children. But it's hard. Like, it's so hard because the expenses are so high. My rent is high, super high. My car payment is super high, and you catch yourself, trying your best, doing the very best that you can, but still struggling. And it messes with your head. It messes with your confidence as a man. It messes with your faith. And like I said, like I don't want to sound like I'm being negative. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. I'm just like, just talking about my life, and I'm very happy because I've accomplished a lot. But it's an everyday struggle. Like I work hard. I hardly ever miss a day. And my full-time job is a very physical job. So there's a lot of wear and tear on my body. And then my part-time job is very monotonous. Like it's very doing the same thing every day. And it's just hard. Like something, the politicians, the people in charge, they got to do a better job. And I know that a lot of people, they're just selfish. They don't care about like the everyday man, the everyday men and women on the streets. They just care about their own money, their own income, their own status. But the way that I look at the economy, the way that I look at the country is like a big machine. If only certain parts of the machine are working, sooner or later the entire machine is going to collapse, because everything has to be working properly You know, the people at the top, the people in the middle, and the people at the bottom. Everything has to be working as best as possible so the whole structure, the whole machine can work perfectly. And right now, I think that for the past 20 years, and it seems for the past 20 years, it's just like it's getting worse and worse. And for the past 20 years, it seems like only like the people at the very top are getting ahead. And everybody else in the middle and at the bottom, you know, middle and lower class, we're just getting squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. And at some point, I mean, something's going to break with the economy. And we already see it with people's lives, you know. So what's the answers? You know, because I'm doing everything I can. I got 3 jobs. I actually got 4 jobs. I have a full-time job, a part-time job, a delivery gig, and I also do real estate. So I don't know. I just wanted to like get this off my chest. I'm trying my best. You know, you have to be your own self-promoter. You have to like push yourself, even though it's hard. But I mean, there's no other choice. What else are you gonna do? Are you gonna just stay home and just go homeless? No, you can't. You gotta like push every day. So I pump myself up. But you know, it's good to like talk about things, to see maybe if other people can relate, so you don't feel so alone. You know, because sometimes like the human mind, like we tend to think that it's just us. We tend to think that we're like doing worse than anyone else. But I'm sure there's a million other people, a billion other people, millions of other people struggling like me, you know. So like I said, like this is my new channel. I'm relaunching it, and I hope that it reaches people. I hope that we can start a conversation, an exchange of ideas. Maybe we can help each other. You know, it's always good to like talk to other people, get other people's perspective and comments. You know, everybody might think that their situation is the worst, but you know, it might turn out that both of you are going through the same thing. So the other person might have an idea that you haven't thought about, or maybe I have an idea that they haven't thought about, and we can help each other. So anyway, I'm excited. I'm happy to be posting videos on my channel again, and this is gonna be the first one of many more videos to come. So go ahead and like, post any comments, and I'll be back soon. Bye.